What's up, my fine and 50 crew? Welcome to today's episode called See the World, the 50 Plus Traveler. This is a podcast where we are 50 and plus or getting close. I have my friend who is a celebrated Broadway star and actress. You have probably seen her on Dreamgirls. Baby, it's me. Baby, it's you. Yeah, you actually like it. Aida, yes, Grey's Anatomy, and so many other things. A harlot with Bette Midler, my friend and former roommate. Yes, welcome to the show, Kyra Little-DaCosta.
Thank you for having me,
I'm
sis.
so excited for you to be here. Thank you for doing
Of course, anything for her, for real.
So, after years of performing and being on so many stages and seeing so many cities and countries, it seems like you got the access and the opportunity to probably go and be places that, a lot of us didn't get to go. Do you think that that sparked your joy for travel and seeing the world?
It did. It actually just continued my desire to see the world and cultures, because it actually started with my family.
You're right.
Yeah.
I left that part
Yeah.
out.
No,
Her dad is a legend.
Right.
Yes. Want to talk about your dad a little bit? Let's talk about him.
So, just growing up with my mom and my dad and my sister, my brother, family is important to us, but I just love and appreciate that they started to show me the world, and just the benefit of hard work and coming together, communication. My mom is the first
Black model.
17 magazine and Mademoiselle. And she is the
Wow.
and then that's where my mom and dad met, and my dad is NFL Hall of Fame football player for the Denver Broncos. So just obviously they had a life that showed them travel between modeling and acting, as my mom and dad did football. So I think that's maybe why they wanted to pass that on to their kids. So we used to always take a trip, and we took several. So I think that they instilled
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then when, growing up and going into the entertainment industry, and whether I was either on tour or doing a show somewhere, mostly when I was on tour, I would be able to see different places. However,
yes, because when we're on tour, we don't get to see the city like we need to or experience the culture at all, because we're like, go ahead, we're running to sound checks or whatever rehearsals.
Yeah. So it's like it was a tease. I was like, wait,
absolutely,
see the city more, but you're also paying attention to not being out too much and not in the cold, or because if you have to sing the next day for a show, or if you have to be a sound check at 2 hours, you're limited to really seeing the the place you're in. So it was like it definitely was a tease.
I would word it that way too. That's a very good way to word it. That's what we do when we're performers and we are on tours or national tours, performing wherever, and we go to different cities and countries. We get a tease because that's like when you ask how was Chile. Well, I didn't see a lot of it, but what I did see, it was great, right? Yeah, right.
What are we gonna do? So then you're deciding: are you shopping, or are you going to see the site?
Right.
If you're
trying to get it all in that one day.
And that's the other thing that's, you got to be careful. You can't just eat anything.
And anything. Bubble guts.
Exactly. Oh, you gotta sing another the next day. Right. Sound check. Oh. You're like, sorry, they tried the food. So you don't, because these are.
Yeah, that you normally, so your system is not adjusted to that. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Play it safe. You might go grocery shopping.
And that's where the whole thing comes in. I'm going to come back. This is a place I want to come back to.
Absolutely. Because you hear the great restaurants or certain things when you come into a city, because you may have dressers that are local. So like we were given a dresser that we traveled with that like out of but then be a local dresser that would also help. So they would say, like,
tell you what's going on.
You gotta try that, and you want to, but you're like, your butt was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So what was the first international trip you took as a performer? And did it influence your artistic expression or your mindset or your lifestyle? Or all of the above?
I know.
The first one that you feel had an impact that made you think about your artistic expression, your lifestyle, how your mindset.
I don't even the one that comes to mind, which is not my first one,
Mhm.
one of the most impactful, was on tour with Andrew Day as her artistic
A creative
and
director.
director, South Africa,
Mm.
Cape Town, South Africa. Had a performance there. I mean, one of the best trips in my life because I can't even explain it. So I might sound a little crazy, but something happened. And it just like we were, and the great thing is we actually did have 2 days off there.
Oh,
So, 'cause
wow.
to South Africa
Yeah,
and
and
just
then try to come right
back.
back.
So we would have just even extended our trip or something. So we
Mhm.
did have a couple of days off and we took like a tour that dropped us at a chateau and about an hour and a half. Actually, it was farther than that. It was about 2.5 hours away from Cape Town. We had a nighttime safari and then we had a morning safari.
Mhm.
The nighttime was the first one we did, but by then you like looking in the woods,
Right.
like I mean in the so we were excited and that was incredible. But the morning one, super early in the morning, I can picture it. We're driving in the Jeep and I don't know what happened, but I like just normal breathing and like a bright energy, a bright light, and I was like, is that the air that just cleansed my
Yeah, came overwhelming.
didn't even know. And it was a beautiful moment, but I can't even articulate
What is it?
other than whether was it like I'm home?
Mhm.
Was it
You're at peace. You're settled in your spirit. Mm.
but it was like it's strange. Like I said, I might sound a little crazy on this one, but it was that memory. Like, I don't know what happened, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful and it was cleansing and it was, like you said, peaceful because you're outside in the elements. You're, in seeing animals. We saw all the kinds of animals,
Mhm.
the five that they talk about, and giraffe and buffalo and, elephant. Hippopotamus, like,
Huge
I
hippopotamus.
had no it's like, to play Hungry Hungry Hippo.
Oh, me
I love it. But I had no idea how massive and scary, because even the guy driving, he was like, "No, we're gonna stop here." And they were in the water. I mean, it's not like they're gonna you don't know, but
And I hear they move faster than we know or that we realize. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna start right here. Really.
and it was like, I mean, we caught a great moment where he opened his mouth and you don't realize, like, it's just one of those things. One of the reasons why I love, and I think it's so important to travel because you can't get that
No.
from
A book.
history. You can't get that from a movie.
No.
And there was a moment, we have a picture. There was an ostrich egg. I had no idea. They were like this big. I'm standing on them, doing an arabesque and doing a passe because the guy was like, "Go ahead, stand on it. You're not going to break it." I think eggs, but this one, I guess maybe until they just
Time to mhm.
to hatch. Sitting on it, me and Andrea. We have a picture of us sitting on it, but things like that I will never forget. That was years ago. I just
Still.
it's healing. It was beautiful. It brings you together, whoever you're traveling with. It was just an amazing experience. All that, bring it back around to the trip with Andrew Day and to South Africa. Was incredible because it's also, honestly, obviously, it's educational and informative because, in America, we see things one way. And we have our slums here and our ghettos and our but it's nothing in comparison to some of the, countries or so to see there, I forget what they're called, but it'll come to me, but they have certain areas where they're just 10 houses and, barely hanging on.
Mhm.
So there's something similar actually in Costa Rica, but it's townships. I think they're townships, and they are the slum of the
Right.
slum. I feel like, how can I help? What can I do?
Yeah, that was gonna be something I bring up too.
Right.
But, so Kyra has visited many places, in her life as a performer, but also in your afterlife or your second act in life. And so she's an avid traveler, and she's been to places like Bali and Cuba and Egypt and Dubai
Yes.
and Morocco. So all those places to me seem like they offer, of course, a sense of joy and growth and just becoming fully yourself, right? So, what place surprised you the most, broke you emotionally? I kind of knew that because we're friends, but tell us why.
There was something so beautiful about the people, and honestly, about the country because they have been obviously stifled and stuck, and they can't, you know, just ring up Amazon and say, "Can you send me this part?" Or just, even their food is rationed. They have grocery cards where you can only get a certain amount of rice, you can only get a certain amount of milk, or so just to see their hearts still beautiful in spite of that. But the architecture and the buildings and the cars, they are stuck in time.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful
Yeah.
to see those like 57 Chevys because they still took so much care in it. So all the taxis are like 57 Chevys or 50.
Wow.
Just like, and they were beautiful. They're pristine because they know, but they, like I said, they had to find a way to take care of it with what they had.
What they had.
Do like outsourcing something from other country. The people, the food. I am a salsa dancer.
She is, oh my God, an amazing salsa dancer.
Thank you. So my friends from New York City, hey, so my friends in New York who are actually Cubans, like they're like, Kyra, you're Cuban. You have to be. I was like, that's right. Because of just when I dance salsa, I literally must channel my inner Cuban. I even teach my Cuban friends salsa dance.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Yep. A fellow Broadway star.
Oh my God.
She is straight up Cuban.
And you taught her.
Yep.
She taught me too.
And just there's someone else I taught who's Cuban. I can't remember in New York City because we would just go for fun. And this is just teaching the heart of it.
Right. I was going to say, because it's a feel.
It's a feel. It's like I can enjoy going out and just listening to salsa music, not even getting up to dance, even on a dancer, just because it's a feel.
Right.
And it's just the way they play, the culture. Okay, here's a story real quick about that culture. I swore one day at Copacabana in New York City, I danced with like a little kid, and then 2 seconds later, I was dancing with a mob boss, all Cuban, all that to say is everything in between. A little boy will come up and ask you to dance and wear it out.
Oh my God.
Next thing you know, like you're dancing with another girl because it doesn't really matter. And then next thing, it was a mob boss. He spun me around, he turned me around like this, but he got his dance off.
Wow. Wow.
So I love the culture. It's from little kids. It's taught to you. And it's just part of what they do, which I love because then it's innate. It's passionate. It's not like learned. It's just it's absorbed.
Right. From here on up. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with you. I did, at least when I'm around it, I immediately sense that it's just natural. It's a feel. And yes, you have to learn stepwise, but you gotta, it's all of that, It's all of that. So yeah. And then so just to experience the culture and how they embrace, this is what we have, and this we're gonna make, well, most people of color do that.
Yeah.
So, but I know that resonated a lot with you. We talked about it before.
I had to hold back tears when I realized when we took our trip, there was a group of us who we went, traveled a lot, and we didn't realize we booked Cuba during the carnival.
You guys went during Carnival? I'm jealous.
And I keep trying to go back every year.
I know, because we tried to go 2 years ago.
Yes. So it's in August, but it is literally, so then there's a parade, there's everybody dancing, then there's dancing in the street.
Yeah.
This is how my friends know me to just gravitate towards that culture is the first time we went downtown, we'll get back to that is when we can find a way to help.
Okay.
We were dancing. I was dancing. I saw a guy who was dancing, and everyone's like, Kyra, just go ask him, because the men lead. So ideally, you want to dance with a guy who knows how to lead. So I saw someone who was a great lead in dancing, and I was like, can we dance? And there was live music. There were people in the circle. I have that on video, and my friends were crying, and I didn't know why they were crying. It was like, "What's the matter? Why are you crying?" So this is what happens when you get to almost 50. Hallelujah. So they were crying, and it was, I'm just enjoying the moment because this is what I wanted to do. This is why we went to this town. But it's so beautiful when your friends are so happy for you because I didn't know that was my dream. And salsa in the street of Cuba. Not even necessarily at clubs because we did that, but my dream was in the street.
Like the locals.
Yes. And my friends were like, yes, it was just so beautiful. Yeah. I will never, and then it's like, now I want to do that in Cali, which is Colombia, which is where the salsa Cali, in Cali, Colombia.
So that's on our trip list. We're doing that. So we can pause.
California.
No.
Cali,
Colombia.
Yes.
Okay, so Kyra, you've traveled a lot, and being a Black woman traveling the world, it shifts the narrative and it challenges assumptions. So how did being a Black woman in different cultures affect how you see the world or even how you see America?
Ooh, so it's for sure it's something. It brought me back to, I was blown away that in Shanghai, people were running up to us. And of course, we don't understand what they're saying.
Why and what they're doing and why.
Running up to us, and they were asking us in their language to take pictures with us. So they would just run up and just take the picture, like take a selfie. And you're like, wow. And then same place, Shanghai, me and my sister were in a mall, and all we heard was poof. And it were the people running to the window to
look at you.
See us walk.
My son told me about that, and he and my ex-husband went to, was it Shanghai? They may have. And my daughter, when she was in high school, we went on a high school trip. So my son Jabril was 13, and he was like a celebrity. It was like, Mom, they were taking pictures with me. Everybody was in the mall, like, can we? And I was like, they haven't seen much of us there or in person like that. So it's like, wow.
Exactly.
So.
They want to touch you. They want to touch your hair. Even Americans want to touch her.
Yeah. And to say that, I understand when you don't experience a culture so much, or it's the curiosity.
Yeah.
But of course, that part of it is about boundaries and about respect. So, but to your point, do you feel like you're seeing more as a person, as a Black person? You ever seen more when you're abroad than home?
Only because you feel like you're a spectacle.
Mm.
So, and that they don't see that as much. And it was surprising because you're like, I know they have TV, and I know that even if it's not like the typical TV shows, obviously, that we watch, but they're sports.
Mhm.
We have sports teams, that play it overseas and stuff. So,
Mhm.
so that's what kind of blew my mind. But I only see more seen as a spectacle. Like when I was in Germany and Switzerland, the main thing I remember is they would stare like nobody's business. Sometimes you may stare and someone would turn and maybe you'll look away. They would not.
They would not look away.
They didn't.
So that's a point that I was going to ask. Then is it when we're in more European cultures or countries versus more ethnic, because you're less of a spectacle and ethnic.
Yep.
But do you feel seen, appreciated more, or understood more abroad than in those type of
Not
countries
in
and ethnic?
those type of countries.
Okay.
Maybe places. Hmm. Some places I would say yes. I would have to think about that. Not Asian countries.
Yeah, not European countries.
Maybe South America or, maybe even in sometimes in the Caribbean because we're still
American.
yes. So I feel like we're seeing maybe more there, um, in a more positive light as opposed to being a spectacle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Here's a crazy story. In Hong Kong, we were eating in a restaurant where we actually had like a host. And so the host would translate to the Americans and obviously to the Asians, the Chinese. So, and then there was this little girl who she was probably, I don't know, maybe 4. And she came over to my sister and I. And my sister is, beautiful.
My God, I love her skin, her
Right?
complexion.
Everybody wants to skin and her complexion and her color. It's just like so beautiful, beautiful dark chocolate. And so the little girl was looking at us and talking to us, and the translator was close by, and she's like, like so sweet. And but the entire restaurant like just fell out laughing. You know how Black people laugh and we run.
Fall out our seat.
Yes, that's what they were doing.
So what did this little girl say?
She said, "Mommy, can we eat them?"
What?
She wanted to eat them.
What was funny about that? Why was everyone laughing?
That part. I was like, "You mean like a chocolate bunny? Oh, you mean like you a
Carnivore. Where are we at?
I was like,
Yeah, let's go.
So, and the fact that you said that they were,
It just says so much that they were laughing like, "Oh, this is what you think. This is how you think." It's time to go.
because she was just innocent about it, which is why I said how she said it. Because I remembered was, sweet, cute little. I remember. I don't obviously didn't know what she was saying, but I remember the tone was sweet and innocent. She just wanted to know, "Mommy, can we get to eat them at the end? Are they dessert?" Like,
So that brings up a point about being safe, careful, aware when you are traveling, especially abroad and especially alone.
yeah,
So, you see more travel groups now and clubs. And we travel more. Even as a people, we travel more. So you have women traveling solo a lot. So there's clubs and groups that they belong to now. So do you think I know that we're traveling more as a over 50 group, Gen Xers. What do you think sparked this travel movement? So I think, I'll tell you what I think. I think our generation, Gen X, is probably the first generation to travel more because we have access to more and we have access to more funds.
Yeah.
So we were the guinea pig group to go and explore the world a little bit more. So I think that's sparked it. And then as we got older and our children are grown, we're just like, okay, what are we doing with our time? So everyone's like, oh, we're going to start traveling. So that's what I think sparked.
I think that definitely is one of the things that sparked it. I think possibly another thing is that we realize working is not the reason we're put on this earth.
Not.
Like, we shouldn't.
Not for financial gain.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
So I think we're realizing, trying to find a little more balance and a better lifestyle, and that working is not all that there is, and just trying to find other ways to have income coming in so that it's not just your maybe one job, so that you do have more time freedom. So I think we were always the people that like to have fun, but it was usually just a cookout, a barbecue,
Right.
you go to the beach. So I think just also even learning from younger generations that are not so stuck at going to work, and even learning from them that, you know what, let's travel, let's take a girls trip. And I think, like you said, mixed with just having more access to it, to going places, but also realizing working is not everything.
That's a good point. So you have parlayed your travel experience and your love for people into a business.
Yeah.
And you are currently partnering with Travorium, where you create curated travel experiences and opportunities for others. So what motivated you to move into this business in this travel space? And then tell us a little bit about this business.
Of course. This is something I'm so excited about because it's literally what I love to do. And then the fact that I can help people discover that there are ways to stay. Remember how my love for 5-star hotels and 4-star hotels that I actually didn't connect it, that started when I used to go on tour with Bette Midler and Azure Day. So now I found this amazing way that you can travel wholesale around the world. So you can stay in 5-star accommodations, but pay like 1 and 2-star prices.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
Right. So it actually makes you want to go more because now not only can I so I mean, and to find out that it's everything. It's like if I just wanted a hotel, I could do that. If I wanted to go on a cruise, it's wholesale. If I wanted to rent a car, it's wholesale. And I realized that
if you want to go to the movies,
if we want to go to the movies, exactly. So I just got a ticket to go to the movies the other night for my sister's birthday and paid half price on my own membership website. So I realized there's so many things that have membership or subscription based that you get. Like the benefit is being a member to something. I get the benefit of being able to pick thousands of movies, thousands of TV shows because I have a member to Netflix.
Right.
A membership to Netflix. Same with Hulu. Same with Costco. Instead of buying a bottle of water at 7-Eleven for $4 or $5, I have a membership to Costco. I can buy a whole pack for $5. So I was like, why isn't there a membership to travel? But so, and I found out about, this way of travel a couple years ago, and that's the only way I was able to go to Bali and to Thailand and to Abu Dhabi and to Dubai and to and to Denmark and to all these places, Morocco. It's just been one of the biggest blessings because it's something that I wanted to do. So Maldives, had been the top of my bucket list. It's been so far up there that some of my friends who know me probably didn't even realize that because I don't bring it up.
Because you don't talk about it much. Yeah.
Because I know that's a 10 to 15.
I was going to say, if you know anything about the Maldives, it's very expensive to go.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most expensive trips to take. That and maybe like the French Riviera or something. So it was so far up there that I was like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go unless I'm on tour with somebody. But I don't know any artist that's
touring in Maldives.
Yes. So I was like, how am I going to get there? So things like that. Now I literally can go for probably 1/10, 1/20th of.
Absolutely.
And you're like, and you're staying in the overwater bunk.
Right.
There's like 24-hour butler service. Like it's just so the fact that now I can travel and all over any way of that, even have a lifestyle. Like I can book concert tickets on this because, of course, we're not traveling 365 days a year.
Exactly.
So I love that this membership also has things that I can do every.
I was going to say it's amazing that it offers some of your everyday things like the movies, like a concert, like
So I'm like, what? The NBA tickets.
like a rental car.
Yes,
Yeah, all of
exactly.
those things.
So I love that. And, you know, I like that it's been around. We're going on our second decade, 13 years in, and we're this membership is in over 78 countries around the world. And I was like, okay, I'm going to share this anyway. I'm going to post my pictures
Anyway.
Yes, and I actually teach people how to pose on vacation to have the bomb kind of pictures.
That's her thing. So I'll post her information so you can find her, but she will show you and she'll send you information and she'll have a book out soon about how to pose for pictures and how to capture the moment.
Absolutely.
Because you're really good at that.
Thank you. And it's honestly, it's the secrets that Hollywood knows. So being an actor for, like you said, some of the shows I've already been on over 25 years, being a performer, you learn the tricks of like how to look long. You know what I mean? So exactly. Sitting up and spacing the arm and lengthening the legs and all those kind of things. Like, you know, that's why when we were shooting this, I was like, okay, what is the frame?
Right.
So
and how are we?
go to auditions, we ask what's the frame because then you know, is the frame from here up? Because if it were longer, then I would be lengthening my legs right now. But I know they're not necessarily in the shot. It's those kind of but it's those kind of tricks. So, you know, I'm short. I'm 5'4". I've always been thick and muscular and stocky because I did track and field gymnastics and dance. So if I wanted to give myself an hourglass shape, I learned that by the tricks that you learn in Hollywood, in filming, and it's also lighting and finding those shots that not everybody's going to take. Like, geez, standing in front of the Coliseum. I've been to Rome. I took an amazing picture.
You did.
You're like, come on, you really want to capitalize the moment. So it's called the Travel Slay Book, so that we learn how to travel and slay while you're on it.
Yes.
And the neat thing is, back to the membership club, that I was like, I'm going to share this with all my friends because I don't want to be the only one going to Dubai for $9 and staying in a
You heard her, right?
$9. $9 hotel for almost a week, 6 days, 5 nights, breakfast included. One of my friends just went for $7. So why wouldn't I share that with?
Who wouldn't want to know that?
Exactly. So that's why I love it. We have a referral program. You know, I refer all my friends, but it's also, you can turn it into passive residual income, which I was like, wait a minute, travel's the largest industry in the entire world.
Did you know that? Travel's the largest industry in the world.
Crazy. 3 times larger than oil.
How many a year? 11 trillion?
Yes. Yes. Very good. 11.1 trillion a year. Oil is only 4.7 trillion a year. So I was like, well, of course, because that's the most thing people post on social media. So the fact that now I chose the option to also turn this into a home-based business and share it with my friends, and now I receive residual income. That is willable and transferable to leave a legacy.
That's amazing.
Like, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, that is amazing.
Exactly. I mean, my regular job, I can't leave that in my will.
No. You can't do anything with your regular job.
Exactly. So I love that now. I mean, the peace of mind financially that this brings me, and then the peace that warms my heart because I've showed so many of my friends and family ways that they can also travel the world for the low low.
For the low low. You gotta do the low low. If you're interested, just follow the information on the screen and it will direct you on how you can learn more about this and then get a membership. Get a membership. It's our time because most of our audience is 50 plus or they're close to 50 and we're empty nesters and some of us are divorced and it's like, let's go. Let's go. Let's see the world. So that's exciting. I'm happy for you. And the pivot just seemed natural. And that's not necessarily a pivot because when you're creative, you will always be a creative. We'll never stop being creatives. We will always perform in some capacity. We'll always teach in some capacity. We'll be around that industry until we die. So it's not necessarily a pivot like some people pivot, but it's an addition. So it was like an easy slide into because you already love to travel. You got a chance to travel as a performer. So it's like, oh, this is easy.
Sense.
It makes total sense. And then I can share it with other people. I can help them grow. I can help them see the world.
And I can help them bring in, an additional stream of
income if they wanted to do that.
If I told you the amount of income people are making with this club, it's replacing and doubling and tripling their normal job's income in like a year's time.
And they get to travel as they're doing it.
So you're having fun.
That's easy fun. They can beat you money.
Exactly.
So that's amazing. So definitely we'll post that information because the more you know.
Yes. When you know better, you do
better. Absolutely. Absolutely. So like I said, this is considered your second act and it's global. On your terms, it's global. So how is I don't know if it is or not, traveling after 50 or 50 different? Is it different or is it better? And I think it could be better only because we're wiser, of course, and we understand the world a little bit better so we can appreciate as we're out and about. So I think it's better in that capacity.
I think so too. I think maybe when I was younger, you're like, oh, this is fun. Let's go swim in the pool.
Right.
Let's go to the beach.
Let's go see the men.
Exactly.
It was simple things. And
this was back in, 1905 when this happened, where we worked at it. You know what I mean? So you've lived a lot more.
You can appreciate
history and, you can learn, were we here too? Were we shipped here too? Before we were shipped, you know what I mean? Did we cross through here because as slaves or, you know what I mean? Part of our history is what I want to learn. Because you're like, wow, there's parts of us that came from Spain and Portugal and all this in the slave trade. And so that kind of thing is interesting. And then it helps me understand who I am more because where I came from, even though it still feels distant because, I don't know people that were
directly. Yeah.
So, but it's still, that's more important now. The culture, the food. So things other than just service, like let's go swimming in the pool.
Yeah.
I love swimming.
Yes.
I make sure I have days that I just want to relax. But then I want to see because I can swim the pool in my backyard if I want to. So
that's not experiencing where I'm at in that culture. Exactly. Now sometimes that beach, like when we went to Nice, we went to Cannes, and it was just like to be on the Mediterranean. I was like, okay, let me just put my feet in just so I can say I did this, so that part. Or like when we went to Puerto Rico and we went on that tour. Which we need to post that video. We did this crazy video. We need to post that. But to experience that and like they came through there and it was the fort where they were fighting. And it was like, so we made this crazy video. Now that we're talking about it, yes. But those are so much more important and deeper than like the surface stuff.
And like you said, beaches too, or bodies of water, because the beach in Cuba, I have never, ever, ever, and I've been around the world and but I have never felt an ocean like that and sand like that. I felt like I was sitting in like buttery oil, and it was clear, so it didn't feel like dirty or seaweed. It was clear. The water was clear. It was like the perfect temperature. The sand. I can't even describe it other than it was felt like smooth butter or oil, but not greasy. Like it's the ocean.
Just the softness of it. Yeah, I get what you're
I'm
saying.
saying the same thing, but just like in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt, I went to Cairo first, see the pyramids, the Sphinx, and all that. Then we flew to Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt, which is like more resorts and on the coast of the Red Sea. So yes, I put my feet
Absolutely.
in the Red Sea, rather. So in that same area where I was with the Red Sea, you could see the mountain in the far distance where Moses saw the burning bush. You can't get that enough.
And you can't feel it.
Feel it. Like, oh my gosh. Because, you're like, oh, the Red Sea, it's a little choppy. Like, it's not how I imagined it.
Right.
Choppy. It was like, a lot of white caps and it was dark. So it wasn't clear water.
No, it's not.
So, but I wanted to know and I wanted to feel it. It's cold.
Yeah.
So,
Those are
important senses that you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm going to segue that into there's so many of us that have not traveled, that live in a state of fear, uncertainty, especially as we get older. We get a little bit more complacent. We get a little bit more stuck in our ways. And so I encourage anyone, especially the 50 and over community, to step out of that fear, see about ways that you can go and experience different things in life outside of your immediate community and culture. Um, it broadens your capacity for life. It broadens your understanding of not just others, but yourself. And so, what would you say to someone that might be a little afraid or believes that their travel dreams are either too big or their time has expired to do that?
No, it's never too late. I would say, without a doubt, join the travel club or join, because you have the safety of being a membership of all the locations you're going to have already been. You're going with possibly other members. So now, you don't have to travel as a group. You can go individual, you can do whatever you want. It's literally however you want. But if you want the safety of knowing that there are other members from the club there as a single woman, like that's one of the reasons why I joined. Also, then if I didn't have people to go with, I know there are going to be people there from the club so that's just one of the things. But like you said, it broadens you as a person, but it also gives you appreciation. It gives you more appreciation because you see, you may see things that are more beautiful. You may see things that are like, oh my gosh. It also gives you more
things that we take for granted.
That we take for granted. So true. But you may find things that you love that you didn't know. You may try some food in another place that you wouldn't have tried, back in the States or something, simply because you're on vacation. Everyone's like, try it.
Right.
I had no idea I like this taco.
Yeah.
So it's life. It's life. Like, I do something different every day, which is weird because I'm a creature of habit. So there's certain things that may be a creature of habit, but that's also why I love the entertainment industry because, you may be doing one gig, 1 month, 1 year, 1 week. You may be doing so. I like mixing things up because I don't get mundane and it's just set, boring, vicious cycle.
Right.
Where you go to sleep, you wake up, you step out on the same foot every day, you go to work the same way, like you sit in traffic the same way, you go to work, you check in, and then you go back home the same way, you get back home, you may have dinner with your family, watch a little TV, go back to bed and start over.
And some people, that could be their case and be okay for them. But I also think that you do have to mix it up. You have to add some things that you have to live, not just exist.
I was going to say the same.
You have to live. And those, and I believe travel allows you to live. Even if you have a job where you go to work and you do like you get on the train, go to work, do your job, come home, make dinner, but you've planned some place to travel that breaks up that monotony a little bit and gave you something to experience, add to your life. So yeah.
Because I think, especially now that scientifically we know, like there's nothing wrong with that routine. But what if there's a better way that actually could extend and add to the quality of your life?
Yeah.
Like now it is proven that travel literally lessens, and I don't remember the percentage, but it literally lessens the chance of having a heart attack. It literally lowers blood, like it is literally proven medically that it helps.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely. So it's nothing's wrong with that, but it's when you know better, you do better. So I'm like, wait a minute, if I can just because it gets everything moving again. For example, who knew? So I teach something called hip hop bounce.
Oh, yes.
So, but I didn't know. Who knew that simply jumping up and down on a trampoline squeezes all your muscles because you're in the air where there's no gravity, and then when you land, there's obviously gravity, and all your muscles contract. So, without getting into what that really is, what I'm getting at, that oxygenates your entire body. So it's almost like little Pac-Man oxygen cells are now moving all over your entire body, flushing it right.
Pac-Man, in case you didn't know.
Out your lymphatic system. That's from our generation.
Right. Pac-Man.
Q-Bert. Yes, I love it.
Oh, God.
But it oxygenates your entire body and slows down the aging process. That's why NASA uses that for its astronauts when they come back in from outer space. They use the trampoline. Yeah. So it's things like,
when you learn it and you understand it, then you start to do it because you know the benefits of it. So we're saying
quality of life.
Quality of life. The benefits of travel is quality of life. Quality of life, better understanding of self, and better understanding of the world around you and not just your immediate. We get in a bubble sometimes. So we got to get out of the bubble and experience the entirety of life. There's so much to explore and see. So for all of my listeners and my future explorers, I need you to send a comment in and tell us where's the one place that you have to go to before your next birthday. So tag us using 50 and Fine Travels.
Yeah.
And then tell us your dream trip. And then we'll help you do your dream trip. Wow, sis. Because I love to travel so much, I don't think there's like one place that I'm like, oh, I just really want to go there. It's too many.
I know. But I mean,
like
big.
Think big. Yeah, we're gonna go to all of them.
But like mine is
the Maldives.
And Brazil.
I definitely want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Fiji.
Oh yes.
I want to go to Fiji.
Be one of those.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
So
we're going. Settled. It's enough room. So that's my next one. So again, this is my dear friend, Kyra Little-DaCosta. We went to Howard together. You know it. Sorry. So all of my bison family out there.
So
she's an amazing person. If you ever get to see her perform, even if it's something she did in the past, please. She's amazing. She's a teacher. She teaches at Duke Ellington High School, which is a school of arts here in DC. And she also teaches hip hop bounce, which you're going to start again, right? You got to start that again. She'll be having a book coming out soon called The Travel Slay Book. And then she is a advocate, traveler, business entrepreneur, partnering with Travorium to help your travel dreams come to life and possibly your business and income dreams. So Thank you, sis. Thank you for coming on the show. I love you so much. Yes. Well, that's a wrap. Yay. So stay fine, stay fearless, and never forget this is a season of your life to define as you see fit. Life is a privilege.
Yeah.
Life is a privilege. Thriving is a choice. Life's a privilege. Thriving is a choice. We need you to thrive because when you thrive, you live longer. You're happier, you live longer. So stay fine, stay fearless, and I'll see you on the next one, my 50 and fine crew. Peace.
Peace out. I need that on a bumper sticker.
On a bumper sticker?
Yes.
What's that? It's,
Um,
oh,
I
life is a privilege. Thriving is a choice. You got to choose that. Yeah. So thanks, big.
Hi, my favorite Gen Xers. And that's any generation because I accept them all. I love them all. But you probably just finished watching our episode, The 50 Plus Traveler. And I hope that after watching that, it encouraged you to just get out a little bit more, to go experience a different culture, a different city, a different state, a different country. Because that's the goal, especially at our age, to just get out and see more and live life, thrive. But with that said, I wanted to introduce a new initiative that I'm starting this year with a good girlfriend of mine, Melissa Collins, who you saw in another episode, Redefining 50. And so, with this initiative, our goal is to inspire, engage, and provide a vehicle for young people ages 17 to 25 to get out of their environment and see something different, whether it's a different city, a different state, and ultimately different countries and different cultures. We don't have a name for this initiative yet, but it'll be something around getting your passport stamped. So, if you are a young person between those ages that is interested in learning more about this initiative, please send me a message, comment on this video, email me. And also, if you are a person that is interested in providing help, lending a hand, partnering with us, or helping us find funding and sponsorships, please you reach out as well because there will be a group of young people that will need support in that way where we need to find funding. Those underprivileged young people that don't dream as much or don't get to see their dreams come to fruition. So let us be the vehicle. Help us out. Please send me an email, rhondar@artistgrind.com. Because I believe the more you know, the more you grow. And the more you experience, the more you cultivate self. And with this age group that is moving into a different phase of their life, I want to make sure that they get to experience different things and they get to learn themselves and cultivate selves before they go into situations with someone else, right? That's the goal. Also, if you just finished watching our episode on the 50 Plus Traveler, you heard about a travel club that my friend Kyra is a member of. I'm also a member as well because her and I like to travel. But if you would like to hear more about how you can travel to places like Dubai and Bali and Thailand and the Caribbean for really, really low prices, then make sure you send me a message, DM me, comment on this video, or you can email me as well at rhondar@artistgrind.com. And we can talk about how to get you set up to be a member and start enjoying traveling. You may also be interested in how to maximize your membership and make it a business opportunity to generate revenue from it. So, if you want to know that as well, Kyra can go in depth about what that is and how that works. So, if you want to know, please make sure you reach out. And then maybe we can all travel together. I'm a traveler, so we can do these experiences together and have a amazing time. I look forward to it. Again, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sharing all of your comments. And thank you for accepting me. and going on this journey with me, because I'm on a journey to continue to learn myself, to continue to grow, and then to continue to share what I do know. And then maybe it can be helpful to someone else. And you share with me. I want to learn. I love to be enlightened. So please share something. I might not know it. You don't know what it could do for me. And if you have something in the inside that you just been holding or afraid, somebody needs to hear it. Share it. We're going to grow from it. I appreciate you. And until the next time, peace.